You went back to what it is that you knew. And she said, well, Kitty, can I get him back? You can't get him back. You lost him, and you should not be worrying about getting a partner back until you fix yourself. And the only way to fix yourself, as I always say, ladies, is to be accountable for your... I understand. It sucks when they move on. But I'm glad that he moved on because he was ready.
Right.
It was the right time for him, and you were the wrong person.
Right.
To share this with you all, and I'm probably gonna catch some heat for it, but I decided to go ahead and be open about it. So there's a couple that I helped a couple of months back in regards to the relationship, right? And I knew that it wasn't gonna work. I knew it wasn't going to work, but I couldn't tell them that it wasn't going to work. I just had to do whatever I could, give them as many exercises to practice, to utilize in the relationship, to implement, to see if it could work. But I knew deep down in my heart that it probably wasn't going to work, right? And I'm only saying this because I know a lot of times women feel like they can do no wrong. And the crazy thing about it is the man is in an outstanding relationship now. And the woman... it's not. She's suffering. She's going through it. So she reached out to me, and this is the story I want to tell you guys. So she goes, Kitty, I did everything that you told me to do, blah, 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 blah. And mind you, I've talked to this man already. He's reached out to me. And everything that I taught them, everything I told them, utilize, implement, he's doing it now in the relationship that he is in. That was just the wrong woman. And I'm sorry, baby, if you see this video, I know I've already told you, you were just not the woman. So she asked me, Kitty, what did I do wrong? And I said, do you want me to be raw with you? And she said, yes. Okay. So I told her, okay. You had this princess syndrome where you felt like it always had to be me, and everything that I said went. And that if I was not right, he was not going to be happy. You belittled him. You emasculated him. I said, you didn't watch your tone. You reacted before you responded. You didn't take time to comprehend what it was that he was saying. And he heard you nagging instead of actually listening. You waited to play that number plus one game. Okay, this is a number of things that you have done to me that he's telling you. And then you say, well, this is a number of things that you have done to me plus one. You had a warped mindset to where you believe that, hey, it's going good right now, and I need a little bit of attention. So bad attention is better than no attention. Instead of understanding that now you are transitioning into a healthier space. So there's going to be peace. It is going to be serene. But you didn't know how to adapt to peace and serenity because of your chaos from your childhood and your past traumas. You brought those into this relationship and you blamed him for the mistakes of your partner. I asked her, do you want me to continue? Because the list can go on. And
before she goes on with that list, guys, because I just want to keep my thoughts, you know, shout out to Kittie Rose as usual. Y'all know I always give commentary on her videos, but this is too common. Ladies, you know, guys just get tired. This princess syndrome, as she said, this fairy tale syndrome that a lot of you ladies have, that a lot of your friends enable, and y'all just end up in this perpetual cycle until maybe you get older in your 60s and 70s, you may realize, and sometimes you don't. But a man will tell you a lot of times, especially if he's a good communicator, he will tell you over and over. But instead, you ladies, a lot of times it's whataboutism. What about this? What about that? Or what about you doing this? And a lot of times men will sit there and be like, okay, they'll be like, they'll try to fix it. If he really wants to be with a woman, he will try to fix that if he really wants to. But sometimes, ladies, you have to understand men get tired too, you know. And that's one thing that a lot of guys are putting out content about this and talking about this. We get tired, man. We get tired of trying to make it work. We get tired of everything turning into an argument. If you're always arguing with your lady, you guys don't need to be together. These relationships go on far longer than they should be, but you guys try to hold on. Maybe you feel like she's the one, or she's beautiful, she gives you awesome sex, but she's always arguing, always trying to get an emotional reaction out of you because peace is foreign to her. She likes to have trauma. She likes to have drama. It's all negative energy, and you've been soaking it up for so long that you think it's normal. You know what I mean? But before we get for her to finish the rest of it, because a lot of women don't like to have that mirror held up to them by other women saying, hey, you're the problem. I'm glad she said she didn't tell them as an advisor or giving advice that you should leave him or you should do this, because you never know, that person, it may make that person want to stay with them longer. A lot of times you have to know for yourself that this person just isn't good for me and I'm not progressing. And this is why men do move on and they end up marrying the next woman. You know what I mean? But let's get back to it.
Thing that I told you to do, as you're saying you did it, you did not. You went back to what it is that you knew. And she said, well, Kitty, can I get him back? You can't get him back. You lost him, and you should not be worrying about getting a partner back until you fix yourself. And the only way to fix yourself, as I always say, ladies, is to be accountable for your shit. And I understand it sucks when they move on. But I'm glad that he moved on because he was ready.
Right.
It was the right time for him, and you were the wrong person.
Right. I'm glad she said that, because fellas, and I know this is from my own life personally. I'm speaking from personal experience. Sometimes you're ready. Sometimes you're at a certain level of maturity, a certain emotional intelligence that you may have reached, that the person that you're with, you're trying to bring them up there, but they're just not into that. They need to, and that's why the frequency and the vibes don't match, and you wonder why you're always arguing. When if that person was with someone else, they would have the perfect relationship because they're at the same level, the perfect relationship for them. But for you, you may have ascended, and I hate to use that word, but I do. You've ascended to this level that it will disturb your peace until you move on to that other person that you're supposed to be with. And that's why I think, and I'm gonna throw it out there, Waka Flocka, he shared a post where he said something along the lines of, God will never leave you content with someone. You'll never find peace with someone. You'll always be getting into arguments if they're not the one. And that's just how it happens. Some people settle, some people resign to who they see. Okay, this is the perfect one for me. We're both imperfect. We do argue from time to time, but overall we have a good time together and we get along. And that may be so, but some of you just try to make relationships work and it goes on for far longer than it should. And that you'll end up resenting that person will end up resenting you, and you're like, where the hell did I go wrong? You know what I mean? And that's how it is. And a lot of ladies do, once that guy is gone and he's not coming back, oh, he's gonna come back. He wants some of this pussy. He's gonna swing the block. You know what I mean? He can step out, but he's gonna come back. But once you realize he's gone, you sit back and replay all those things. I could have been doing this. I should have listened. You know what I mean? I wasn't there, and I always said it was him. And it's just crazy for any human being to always say that I'm not doing anything wrong. The craziest thing ever for you to say, I didn't do anything. Men and women, but especially women, are the culprits all the time, who are born into this world perfect. And you're the issue. They go through every relationship. They'll never say, I'm wrong. That accountability is a mug, man. But I think, ladies, a lot of you just looking for a pep rally. Like she said, she gave this girl advice. This girl was like, I'm not doing that. And it could have potentially saved it, but you're gonna end up with who you end up with at the end of the day. Whoever you're meant to be with, they'll always find their way to you. So you shouldn't rush for anything. If you can't fix these things about yourself, your shortcomings, you'll always get into relationships with people and have these issues. Unless you find someone that's equally yoked as you and you both are just together. But you got to come to your own rescue a lot of times. And all of us, we've let somebody slip through the cracks because we weren't emotionally ready. And we were gaslighting. We were gaslighting that person and throwing around the term narcissist to everybody that'll listen. When we just need to be bone cold honest with ourselves and say, man, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up in the game. Like, I need some help. I need some therapy. I need some coaching. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out to Kittie Rose, man. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. It helps us support the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Listen, guys, I am requesting, if you guys have any crazy dating stories, relationship stories, please feel free to shoot them to me, email them to me, or send them to me through Instagram, DM them to me. I'll be, giving my commentary on those, as well as, might have some of you guys on the show in a future show that I'll be doing. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. And with that being said, much blessings and abundance. This is Wisdom. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen, and that's where I'm going to see you guys at. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I haven't put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.